Okay, hello everyone. It is Foul Play here, back for round 3 of this modern league. Let's see how we go. We are on the play against Urza 100, so hopefully it's not an actual Urza deck here. Alright, so we have a Dried Arbor hand here with Leyline Protection and Totem Armor. It's not amazing. We don't have double white for Core Spirit Dancer either. For Daybreak Corona either. I think we just throw it. Like, I could regret that, but in the blind it seems fine. Alright, so we'll keep this one. This hand looks significantly better. I'll just bottom the Core Spirit Dancer here. And then we get to keep, Rancor Daybreak. Seems pretty good. So if it's an Inquisition deck here, we're still reasonably placed. Alright, so Bant colors. Yep. Alright, and they've got draw step triggers there. So they might have something of like Vendilion Clique from a previous game there. It didn't seem like it stopped on upkeep. I might have missed that. This could be what do you call it? Niv Mizzet Reborn, potentially. It could just be a Saltai control deck again. Or like mid-range deck with Uro and, Assassin's Trophy, things like that. I guess we'll see what they do this turn and we'll get better information. Snow-covered island. It just could be Saltai Urza as well. So they've done nothing for 2 turns. Alright, let's play out our Rancor here and attack. We drew a Bogle, which is not great. So our 2 draws have been pretty blank here. Leyline and Bogle. Get in for 3. If they flash in an Ice Fang Coddle or something, they get us. Alright, so don't do a huge amount there. Alright, let's pass. Leave these Bogles in hand. Growth Spiral. Okay. Okay. Wonder, any Lilianas or anything? Uro, okay. Field of Ruin as the land. That's pretty good for us, I think. Alright, let's get a Temple Garden here. We draw Cartouche. That would have been really good to have last turn so we don't potentially lose Daybreak. I'd like to resolve Daybreak before a Cryptic Command or something. I could just get Force of Negation though. Alright, let's play it a little bit safer. Opponent's not really applying any pressure to us, so I think this is okay. Obviously I'd like to resolve it. It's so fragile. Like Assassin's Trophy, Abrupt Decay, Cryptic Command, like a whole bunch of different interactive spells where they just blow up Rancor and we lose Daybreak. And if we lose Daybreak, we're probably in a much worse position than if we lose like a Cartouche or something. And Rancor, of course, does recur. I might actually play out the Slippery Bogle here as well, just to play around Liliana. Like, they could dismember Warrior Token and then play Liliana next turn, and then we're in trouble. I think it's most likely a Taking Turns deck. Seems they've got the Growth Spiral. I can't quite remember an accurate list for that. I did look it up one time when I was playing, and there was like I think a 4-colored Taking Turns deck taking in like advantage of Ice Fang and Uro and all of that. Alright, Mystic Sanctuary, get back Growth Spiral. That's interesting. Chooses not to use the ability from Alright, so I guess we just attack into a Cryptic Command here. And if they don't do anything, we can cast Daybreak post-combat. Alright, so they don't do anything hugely obvious yet. Repeal the token. I mean, okay. 1 mana, draw a card. That seems fine. Alright, let's play this Daybreak Coronet post-combat. Although I could just be playing it into like an Archmage's Charm or a Cryptic Command. I think I want to make them have it at this stage though. Fact or fiction? Alright. Well, Force of Negation can go in this pile on its own, and they can take the other stuff. Well, they're just taking Force of Negation. So, Shark Typhoon and Wilderness Reclamation. Okay. Alright, so it looks like he's going to counter it. Off of that fact or fiction. Good news is Gadok Tiger is going to be really, really good here. Against what they're doing. So it looks like a Wilderness Reclamation with Shark Typhoon control deck. It's pretty interesting. What did he exile then? A Growth Spiral. Okay. So yeah, there's... Oh wait, he had Force of Negation in hand. He put the Wilderness Reclamation, the Shark Typhoon, the Growth Spiral, and the Forest into hand. Holy cow, I gave him a lot of value. Seems he already had it. Yeah, so they're going to cast Wilderness Reclamation and then hold up Shark Typhoon for the rest of the game. I suppose. Oh, or Uro. Okay. Gain some life. Put a land down. Draw a card. Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty blank. We're probably in a lot of trouble now. I don't think we're going to get Wrath, so I think I can just play out the rest of these crappy little creatures. But yeah, we're definitely in trouble now. I mean, we haven't drawn any auras this game, have we? I think yeah, bottomed core Spirit Dance. Oh, we drew Cartouche, sorry. I kept Rancor Daybreak and we drew Cartouche. So in 5 draws, we've drawn 1 aura. So that's pretty low roll. 2 creatures, a land, and a leyline. Alright, well they're starting to strip down our lands here. That's fine. Alright, well, there's that Wilderness Reclamation. Alright, well, thank you. That's like 30 minutes later, I got a notification that I'd bought something from a store. That's so dumb. Just make it happen, you know, from the start, maybe? Alright, well, our life total is not threatened, so I don't want to chump block just yet. Big old polluted delta. Let's just take the damage. I guess I can get Dried Arbor here and attack, but that if they do a second Field of Ruin, that might turn me off of double white for Daybreak, which would be bad. So I guess it's probably safer just getting another Temple Garden. Alright, let's get the Temple Garden. I guess it plays around Fatal Push as well, which could well be in their list. Floating a lot of mana here, so they're just going to cycle a massive Shark Typhoon here. That's pretty disgusting. Alright, how big is this freaking monster? 9? Alright, well, Spirit Mantle would be pretty good here. Not gonna lie. Daybreak Coronet's not gonna be enough in the current board. Might stall them out for a little bit, though, if we can resolve it here. If this gets countered, I'm just conceding at that point. Alright, so another Force of Negation. So we've seen 3 Force of Negations, Wilderness Reclamation, Shark Typhoon, Fact or Fiction, and Growth Spirals. Alright, this might be tricky. Maybe I'll be overcomplicating it. And they've also got Mystic Sanctuary, so we've got to be afraid of their graveyard as well. Yikes, this is kind of a bit scary. So I'm happy taking out Leyline. I definitely need the Gadok Teague. And then it's a maybe between Suppression Field and Rest in Peace. The good thing about Suppression Field is it will interact with all those fetch lands that he's got. And it will also interfere with his cycling. Will cost 2 more with the Shark Typhoon. What do I want to get rid of here? Maybe Griffspoon is a little bit weak. I don't think I want Rest in Peace. Not on the play. I think I'm just going to risk it for the biscuit. And if I lose to a Cryptic Lock, I lose to a Cryptic Lock. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? You have to, you can't overboard with this deck. You have to choose your battles to fight, right? Alright, well, I'm going to keep this. It seems worthwhile. And we saw Repeal as well, so probably we'll do a turn 2 Gadok Teague here. Into a turn 3 Core Spirit Dancer. Dried Arbor is pretty atrocious draw if you ask me. I don't see myself wanting to like ever play that as a land or a creature from this point in the game. Alright, so let's lead on Cartouche of Solidarity here. For resolves, we'll get our token. They could just potentially Fatal Push in response or something though. Alright, so we do get a token no matter what. So now I'll cast Rancor. Remand. Okay, sure. So Dried Arbor down. That's actually not too bad because we have seen Remand. If he's got a second Remand, at least we can utilize the green mana off of it. We shut him off Repeal now and Woodlands Reclamation. He can still cycle at Shark Typhoon, but he won't be able to cast it. Just cast Uro for value. Look, I'm happy with that being his turn. Like, honestly, I'm happy with that being his turn. That is absolutely fine with me. Alright, well, going in on Gadok Teague here is not going to be the worst thing in the world. If they do Assassin's Trophy it, we will get a land. And then we get a Rancor back, and we get to go in on Core Spirit Dancer instead, which is really good. And look, the clock's just very solid here. Attack for 9, put our opponent to 8. And yeah, one more attack without them interacting with us, and we get the win there. Or the win here. Growth Spiral, sure. So I'd be pretty happy to see Suppression Field here, even, maybe. Alright, he's cracking in his main phase for that polluted... off of Polluted Delta there. Alright, so... they're running Field of the Dead as well. Interesting. What are they doing with their mana here? They could cycle a Shark Typhoon for 2. Survive an extra turn off of blocking with it. But of course we have the extra Rancor, so we'll just kill them. Actually, with the fetches that they've just done, they wouldn't survive. Alright, so they concede that one. Alright, awesome. Okay, so how do we want to go for game 3 here? GG. What do I want to change here for game 3? Do I want Force for a Wilderness Reclamation end step sort of thing? Probably not, but they could turn 2 Growth Spiral into turn 3 Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah. So it looks like we got a repeal then. I guess my opponent's also running Remand, so Force might not be the best, but I guess if we're doing it when they're tapped out, it's okay. How much do I want Core Spirit Dancer game 3? That's potentially a question I need to ask. I did see Field of the Dead, so I might actually value Grispoon more now. Let's bring in these Grispoon, I reckon. I might actually take out Core on the draw here. Bring in like 2 Force of Vigor and then take out a Suppression Field. Or maybe I take out all my Suppression Fields on the draw. No, let's run the list like this. Alright, no way I'm keeping that hand. Alright, well this is marginally better, but not by much. It's really not that much better. But I guess at least it has a Force that I can pitch. Yikes, and that's not a great draw either. Maybe I should have gone to 5. Alright, so remand from my opponent here. They can't do a Liliana turn 3, so I guess I just play out this Cartouche. And attack, and... Alright, so there's the remand. That's really unfortunate that they counted the first aura this time. Because last game they counted the second aura. And I didn't have a second aura, so I would have done absolutely nothing. I wouldn't have cast this Bogle then. I would have just let that remand do nothing. So yeah, that's very unfortunate. And also I want to keep this in hand for pitch to Wilderness Reclamation. Wow, my opponent is doing nothing fast here, although we're also doing nothing fast here. Let's cycle this Horizon Canopy. Alright, that's going to be good for next turn. So attack for 3. And yeah, hopefully they tap out for a Wilderness Reclamation. We can blow it up, resolve a Daybreak, and then we're in just a position to win the match. Alright, so they do nothing there. Interesting. They don't have Cryptic mana yet. They don't have Archmage Charm mana yet. They could remand Mana Leak, Condescend. Alright, let's play out our Windswept Heath, just in case. And we'll go for it here. I don't think we can afford to not go for it. If they remand, okay, that's fine. What is my opponent doing this turn? They gotta apply some sort of pressure at some point. Alright, they've now hit their colors. I think we get Dried Arbor here. Nah, let's get the Temple Garden. In case they have another remand. What are they doing now? Fatal push the warrior token. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so that's pretty solid. If we get Liliana next turn, we're in a really bad spot. But if that doesn't happen, we're in a really good spot. So now I'm at the stage where I will cast this Slippery Bogle to play around Liliana as well. I just wanted to get double Daybreak down for this turn. Fact or fiction? Alright. So, what do we want to do here? So, Shark Typhoon, if we give that to our opponent and they play a land, they can cycle it for a 4 power creature. And we won't be able to evade that creature either. If they Uro, they gain some life, but they probably die. So they're going to be prioritizing Shark Typhoon here, I think. So do I just give them double Shark Typhoon and no land? They play a land last turn, they did. I think I'd do that, and then I potentially lock them off of colors as well. And that's only worse if they have Shark Typhoon in hand, which is not super likely because they've got 2 here in front of us. And 4 cards in hand, and yeah, that'd be like if they had another one in hand. Like it's possible, but I don't think it's mathematically. Yeah. All right. Cool. So they they graveyarded the Uro, the Polluted Delta, and the Field of Ruin. So they put both Shark Typhoons into hand there. So they did have the land as well. If we draw something like Rancor, we will just win on the spot. Oh, wow, that's really, really good. So, like, Shock to play around Mana Leak here. And then look to attack for the win. So they cycle with Shark Typhoon, probably looking for Force of Vigor. And then they can cycle with the second Shark Typhoon to do the same. Or they can just hardcast a Force of Vigor here. But, like, even then, like, they've just made a 1-1. Alright, there's the Force of Vigor. And what did they exile? Shark Typhoon. Alright. So let's go to our attacks here. Maybe I attack, let them make a shark. They'll make a 1-1 shark if they're smart. Alright, let's cast this Slippery Bogle. Play around Liliana of the Veil here. It's way worse if they like Damnation or something though, or Engineered Explosives. I guess they're probably more likely to have Engineered Explosives than what they are Liliana. So maybe that was loose, but am I coming back and winning from this position? Probably not. So recast Uro. Okay, that's not too bad. It's been a surprisingly interactive game. Obviously not just having Rancor to trample damage has kept my opponent in it. But yeah, like, it's very interesting what's going on here. Alright, so they missed on a land drop, so they have cards in hand. That's not too bad. Alright, let's start off by cycling this other Horizon Canopy we just drew. Alright, so... Cartouche, I guess, on the other Bogle. Maybe we'll draw an Ethereal Armor and be able to attack with 2 creatures a turn. Alright, so Chump Block with Zombie Token. Alright, we already played a land. I can't play that Razor Verge Thicket. It's a shame that this Shark Typhoon doesn't create like an enchantment token or something. I think that would be well within the flavor of the card, being an enchantment itself. And you've seen things like Swan Song making like bird tokens and countering enchantments. So like, I think it would sort of fit the theme of blue if that was like an enchantments like token or something. And then like Force of Vigor would be able to hit it. But of course that's not the case. Alright, so we lose all our land from the graveyard. That doesn't matter. They get 2 Field of Dead triggers. I guess they can't really attack with Uro there either. And we draw a Spider Umbra. Okay, that's pretty okay. I'm going to leave it in hand though. And, oh, actually, no, I want to cast it in case they draw Engineered Explosives and play Engineered Explosives on 1. Still, they'd just Engineered Explosives on 2 and take both Daybreak Coronets, but then at least we wouldn't lose our Cartouche and our 1-drops. Maybe we draw another Daybreak Coronet and do stuff from that point. Alright. Opponent cast a Dismember there to stop us from gaining the life. So, secretly, slow rolling the Spider Umbra there was the correct line. Alright, looks like... Oh, Fact or Fiction. Okay, well that's scary. Look, I think the Force of Negation is probably the most powerful thing here. Although I could... I wonder if like my opponent sees me making decisions here or not. Arrow of Promise is really strong for my opponent. So they could potentially do 2 Arrow of Promises next turn. Get 16 zombie tokens. That doesn't seem very good. Yeah, there's like no good split here. I guess that. I don't really like this. So he took Obro, Arrow of Promise, and Force of Negation. Yeah. Like, none of that seemed good for me. I guess at least I've got Spider Umbra, so... And I've still got First Strike, so I can kill 8 zombie tokens first. But yeah, these zombie tokens are starting to be a very big issue. And now he's got Force of Negation, so... we're also in a lot of trouble from that as well. Really? So wait, did he put Repeal in hand? It should be revealed here if he did. So if he put Repeal in hand and he has 1 Repeal, we can block Uro and kill it. If he has 2 Repeals, we lose a Spider Umbra. I mean, I guess, like, let's make him have it, honestly. I have to make him have double Repeal. The like, chance of destroying Uro as well is so high that I want to go for this. Alright, so it looks like he does have double Repeal. Or Ether Gust. Oh man. Oh man, that's backbreaking. Okay. Well, I think I want to put this on bottom because I want to draw something like Grispoon instead. But yeah, that is very backbreaking there. I did not expect them to do that. And now if I cast this, I'm casting it into a Force of Negation. No, he didn't take Force of Negation. Alright, so let's resolve this while we can. Man, if I left the cartouche, put the cartouche on the other creature, I would have had a 6/6 and not died there, so that was pretty loose. As it is, I can attack with this creature, and that's pretty good. Uh-oh, is this a Mystic Sanctuary? What did he get with a island? Okay, that's better than Mystic Sanctuary. But now he gets a million zombie tokens. Right, okay. So, I probably just suicided this as well and needed to wait an extra turn. Man, yeah, my opponent's deck definitely went the distance here. This is like a really, really interesting game. I'm very surprised. Alright, so it doesn't really matter what order I put them in. Kill 2 of them, take lethal. I mean, what's my out here? Do I have an out? Not really. Look, I guess I play this, but like, play it out. But like, I'm so dead here. He gets Fact or Fiction this turn. He's got a million mana on the board. So he's just casting Fact or Fiction here. Wilderness Reclamation, alright. Then he casts Fact or Fiction. And then he cycles to a Giant Typhoon. Hour of Promise even, yeah, sure. This is really impressive. Yeah, I'm extremely impressed by my opponent's deck here. And they get to play another land. I'm not, like, dead on board, but, like, I don't have anything to get back into the game. And next turn, I'm probably taking lethal in attacks. And, you know, he's just got doing everything in the world. Like, literally everything in the world my opponent is able to do here. So, Fact or Fiction, getting, you know, Fact or Fiction. Alright, Fact and Fiction can go on its own, but he's just going to take the Fact or Fiction. Yeah. Untap, and yeah. Oh, so that was all in my end step? Wait, what? Did he do all of that in my end step? Holy crap. I thought he attacked me. Did he take an extra turn somehow with... Oh, is Hour of Promise take an extra turn after this one or something? No. Look, we just take the damage, but I swear he took 2 turns. Unless he did a whole bunch of stuff in our end step. Very confused there. Another Fact or Fiction. So yeah, Cryptic Command seems pretty good. Aether Gust also seems pretty good, but he's just going to take the Cryptic Hand here. It hard counters anything we can do, where we could do like double white aura attack and stay in it. Yeah. Massive Flying Typhoon here. Going to be coming down. Snapcaster Mage? Holy moly. Holy moly. Yeah, like this like I'm just playing it out of curiosity here, but like his deck is so impressive. It looks like an absolute blast to play. I mean, it'd be very expensive on paper and online, but like it's not his deck, it's Mad Ernest's deck, but it has been good, yeah. Alright, so I guess I can actually look up a list now and potentially get back to you guys on what I think we can do in the matchup. Oh, we do draw the Spirit Mantle. That's pretty interesting. I think he's got Cryptic Command in hand though. So yeah, it's definitely GG. Um, yeah, that's a great showing from my opponent. Really impressive deck. I think the main takeaway from this is if we don't apply pressure to them, then they're just able to go off like crazy like this. We obviously saw in game 2, Gadok Teague was very good, but I'm gonna look at a list and give you guys some thoughts. Okay, so overall, after looking at the list, let me just bring that list up real quick. All right, so this is the list I found by Mad Max Ernest. So it looks like it's got 1 Snapcaster Mage in there, 4 Uro. And then it's got only 3 enchantments, which is 1 Wilderness Reclamation, 2 Shark Typhoon, 27 land in a large variety of land. So the spells are 3 Fatal Push, 1 Repeal, 1 Ether Gust, 4 Growth Spiral, 4 Remand, 1 Dismember, 3 Force of Negation, 2 Cryptic Command, 3 Fact or Fiction, 2 Arrow of Promise, and 1 Nexus of Fate. So yeah, looking at this list, I think we want to basically just treat it like any other control deck, where we just play 2 auras a turn, try to beat them down as quick as we can. As far as Cryptic Lock is concerned, the only way they're going to get a Cryptic Lock on us, which they can potentially do, but because they don't have any Jace or Teferi to draw cards with, their only card draw engine is Uro attacking. I get they can draw a card off of like Cryptic Command or Fact or Fiction or etc. etc. But their only like regular and frequent card draw engine is Uro. So as long as your creature is bigger than Uro, a lot of the times you're not going to have to sideboard to get around this Mystic Sanctuary shenanigans that some decks do. Yeah, so having seen all of that sort of stuff, their basic game plan is ramp and tempo into eventually make a whole bunch of tokens and beat you down with tokens. Or beat you down with Uro. So they're either beating you with tokens off of Wilderness Reclamation, Shark Typhoon, Hour of Promise, and Field of Dead. Or if they're not doing that, they're beating you with Uro. So that's their win condition. And I think the best way to sideboard against that is we wouldn't want our... let me just get rid of that real quick. I don't think we want Force of Vigor against something with so few enchantments. We saw in game 3 there, I held it in hand and it did nothing the entire time. I don't actually think we want Rest in Peace either. I think that's only really going to do stuff when they're already winning. When they're already ahead and they're probably going to win anyway. I don't think it's as strong as against other decks. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about engineered explosives, damnation, things like that. But yeah, I think the way to combat their deck is just take out 4 ley lines, 1 core, bring in Gadok Teague to counter anything that costs 4 or has X in its mana cost, and bring in 2 path just to path the Uro in response to the ETB. You could also maybe on the suppression field make those paths, on the play, make those paths suppression fields and win that way. So yeah, that was pretty interesting match. I guess maybe I sort of played it a little bit wrong with my sideboarding and stuff, and I could have stopped and looked up a list, but I mean, I wasn't playing for the 5-0 at that spot. It was only game 3. I didn't really feel the need to. So that's going to be it for today's match, guys. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you did too. If you did, let me know what you enjoyed about it down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for daily Bogles content and ring that bell for notifications. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.